Happy New Year and welcome back to Carolina Martial Arts. Today we're going to have our own little countdown. We are going to count down the 10 do not do's when you're sparring in class. We'll be right back. Alright, so the 10 don't do's that I'm fixing to go over are for sparring in a class. They are not for a tournament, and they definitely are not for fighting in the street. Okay? Totally different set of rules there. Alright, so number 10, don't be afraid of losing. This is the time and the place to learn. You practice techniques, you've learned the techniques in class, now it's time to try to apply them. If it will not work in a sparring situation, it is not going to work in an actual fight or in a tournament. So try it here. If it doesn't work, scrap it, move on. Number 9, don't be discouraged if you lose. A lot of systems are point-based in their sparring, like point karate. So don't be upset and don't be discouraged if you're losing. Losing is a big part of the sport, and you will more than likely lose a lot before you learn to win. Number 8, don't go into the sparring thinking that you already know what's going to happen. Don't think that you know what your partner is going to use in his attacks, or when you attack how he's going to counter. Sparring is very fluid and it changes quickly. You must be able to adapt and roll with the punches, quite literally. Number 7, don't get distracted. Don't worry about who's sitting on the sideline, taking pictures, who's in class, who's not in class. Don't go into sparring thinking about troubles you had at work or personal problems you had at home. If what's going on outside is that important and that distracting, take care of it before you come to class. You're in class, it's time to train. Pay 100% attention to your opponent. He is the one trying to hit you in the face, remember? Number 6, don't get overconfident. No matter how good you think you are or how much better you think you are than your opponent, don't get overconfident. He always has a puncher's chance. Trust me, I know I got knocked out by somebody I know wasn't good enough to tote my jock strap across the gym floor. I got cocky and I paid for it. Don't get overconfident. Number 5, don't waste your energy. If you're always trying to push to your limits in sparring, stop. Your cardio doesn't suck, your approach to sparring sucks. You're pushing too hard. When you push to your limit, it's going to make you gas easier, you're going to start to telegraph your shots, and you're going to be very predictable, and it's going to make it easier for them to counter you. So stop. Number 4, don't rush. Slow down. Getting in a big hurry and rushing because you want to chase your opponent or to appear that you are controlling the match can get you off balance, or even worse, can cause you to get countered. So slow down, don't rush. Number 3, don't be afraid of getting hit. Martial arts is a contact sport. You're going to get hit, accept it, and move on. If you're afraid of getting hit, you're going to be thinking too much about what he's throwing and not what you're throwing, and you're going to get hit a whole lot more often. Number 2, don't tense up. If you tense up, you're going to burn more energy. Your strikes are going to be slower. Your timing is going to be off, and it's probably going to hurt more when you get hit. And that brings us to the number 1 thing on our top 10 list of don't do's during sparring. Number 1 is don't get angry. There's no money on the line. This isn't life or death. Your honor is not at stake, and there's no championship riding on it. This is a sparring match. This is totally about taking techniques that you have learned in class and trying to apply them to see if they work or if they don't work. Remember, the person you're sparring with is a useful tool to you. You need sparring partners. You can't just learn a technique and go out to a tournament and expect it to work. It doesn't happen that way. Life. And that concludes our top 10. And I'm Master Dan. And this is Carolina Martial Arts thing. Happy New Year. See you again real soon.